Victor, how would you kind of assess the day?
It was good. Obviously, got off to a great start, eagling the first hole and making another birdie on number 3. And then I think I made another birdie on 7, so I was 4 under early and just hit it really straight, hit a lot of greens and made a lot of putts early on. Just played really solid and putted well.
Did the conditions get a little tougher as the wind kind of picked up, maybe midway through your round?
Yeah, no, it was windy out there. I don't think it hurt me too much right now, to be honest, because I've been struggling with my irons just not spinning enough. So the ball is just going really, really far for me. So whenever there's wind, I can almost just take the same club and just hit it normal, and it just goes straight through the wind. So it almost made it less complicated in a sense with the wind. But no, I just hit it straight and made putts, so it was a good score.
What's maybe causing your irons not to spin as much?
It's a great question. Trying to figure it out.
When you think about kind of having made every cut this season, what does that just mean to you as a player in general, and what do you attribute having that mark?
Yeah, I think that's really cool. I've won once this year and been in contention in a couple of majors, but I think that's also another thing that's been very cool to see this year, that the consistency has been very high. I've hit the ball well, tee to green, and now with my improvement around the green, even on my bad ball striking days, I can kind of scrap it together, maybe shoot around even par, and then have a good day the next day. So I feel like I'm never out of the tournament because of me cleaning up a couple of things that haven't been so good in the past, but still plenty of room for improvement.
How much? Obviously, a lot with Tour Championship and Ryder Cup, but when you're thinking about the team and the standings, do you keep a close eye on that and who's qualifying and who the contenders are, or what's your kind of role in that?
Yeah, I think among the players we talk about, this guy's playing well, and how about this guy, and we see for the most part who should be on the team, and then the last couple of spots will be exciting to see who grabs those. But it's a crazy game, so you never know what's going to happen week to week. Some guy might surprise and play awesome, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Sorry. So you've kind of talked in recent months about how you've switched your approach to being more conservative, going for less pins, maybe focusing more on like bogey avoidance and double bogey avoidance than having like a birdie fest. Going into something like East Lake where you could be like 5, 6, 7 shots back going in, how do you balance that dichotomy of like not being overly aggressive while also knowing you may have to shoot like a sub 65 to be in the hunt?
Yeah, I'm saying I'm just as aggressive off the tee. It's just kind of into the greens I've been playing a little too hyper aggressive, especially when the greens get firm and we're playing hard golf courses. So the penalty for short-siding yourself is a lot more severe than other weeks. So East Lake is another one of those great golf courses where they tuck the pins around there and you can be aggressive and go for a couple of them. But if you short-side yourself, you're going to get penalized. So I think just for that week specifically, we're probably going to, unless something happens tomorrow, but we'll probably give someone a couple of shots of a head start. And I think as long as I just focus on playing good, solid golf, and if we're in a position on Sunday where we can win, then that's maybe when the decision-making comes in of, okay, I'm going to go for this pin that I normally wouldn't have, if that makes sense.
So mentally, going into days where you like start at a deficit, how do you like approach that going in? Like if you go into a day like 4 or 5 shots back, how kind of do you take a day like that?
Again, it depends on the course a little bit. This is a hard golf course. It's not really one where you can chase birdies. You're going to make some birdies if you just hit some nice iron shots and make some putts, but it's not one where you can just go after everything and make 7, 8 birdies on demand. It's one of those you just try to play a solid round of golf and then see what everyone else does.
Yeah. And then you and Wyndham have been pretty neck and neck the whole time you were in the same group the whole week. Has that felt kind of like a Ryder Cup at all?
Didn't think too much about that. We both went to Oklahoma State, although we weren't there at the same time. But it was it was just cool to kind of friendly play against each other and give each other some fist bumps when we both made birdies and stuff like that. So we had a good time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.